Hello everyone, Son of Beast here. Welcome back to another Stanley Cup playoffs. This time it's the Avalanche and the Wilds in Game 3. And they will be playing at the XL Energy Arena to face the year in Game 3 and 4. Right now, the last game was a terrible disaster. That the speeding of the regulation period was Martinuk's. That was the toughest one that they have ever done it so far. And now the Hurricanes got a 3-0 lead, and they're going to try to bring the storm down on the other team if they can try to stop and win it right from here. But not for real, because the Rangers have already beaten the #1 team. So let's see who will be the next one to keep things alive in between the Avalanche and the Wilds. This time, the broadcaster of this crew will be Test Tube and Me Phone, along with the sideline of the reporter of the part of Paintbrush. Let's get the game started. Guys, it's all yours. The series is 2-0. Let's see if the Wilds can bring in the pressure to find their way in. Great day to be here on this ice arena. Hello everyone, Test Tube along with Me Phone. This is NHL Stanley Cup on EA Sports. The puck is about to be dropped, and we're ready to get things going. Right now, the Avalanche wins it, and we're underway here for Game 3. Let's get started. Starting with the groups here, in between the zones, Kaprizov, and in between the allies of the group, Zuccarello and their teams have it all counted down. We gotta say the story of them has been playing here for the most part. And the team that we have been playing here so long lately, we have a lot of encroachment that we have played here before. What does it usually take here to make a success? The success for that one, it may be a tough one to go in by. But some of the players have already trained here on ice. They got a lot of stuff going on, as they have a lot of players that they can go for. Kaprizov has an only tape-to-tape feed on his schedule of this one. He now knows his stuff. His man advantage has gotten a lot of great impact here on the inbounding drive. McKinnon had it all down in the angle of the situation. The team for himself here for tonight has it all even countered. We haven't seen the ankle breaking so far, and we may have to find out if he can try to get there in time. We'll see if McKinnon and Kaprizov had a tape-to-tape feed. If there we have a plan. Back to you guys. Zuccarello takes the puck away. The Wilds are in the offensive zone. Pass around the board up to Cordero. Face it over to Spurgeon. Mountain, he moves it back over. Bad pass, misfires across, and Wilds will have to take their own time to regroup. Regrouping is very difficult. A way to make the strength come in a lot. The attacking of this one may be a tough one to go in by, but they need something to go right through him and try to stop their inbound. Rantanen inside, shot went too high. Rantanen up across, hits and toes up to Landeskog. Shot blocked, and Wilds take their regrouping puck. Cordero in control. Face it off to Spurgeon. Spurgeon get a little bad angle out there. Puck scoops down the ice, and we try to take a whistle here. And right now, here's Spurgeon. Cordero can't find a man advantage out there. This one beats the icing 2 times in a row. The Wilds definitely got a good sprint out here. Might be a tough one to go right by them if they can go for it. Another one to try to race them down without being called with a 2-on man with the icing. Colorado in the group. Please lanes it up into the offensive zone. Dumba gets it across here. Now he finds Foligno. Out to Eriksson Ek. Now finds over to Broden. The Wilds are in the attack. Try to move around the board without being tipped over. Dumba shot saved off by Kumper. Broden with the recover of the puck. That misfires across here, and we have to try things again from the top. It's not going to be easy because whatever happens, though, you're going to need something else to try to stop them. Makar in a breakaway. Finds over to Duhemi. Duhemi swings the board around to Just. A little fight in between going on between Colorado and Wilds. This one's going to be a tough one to go right inbound. O'Connor with the puck steal. Now he fakes it off to Makar. Kadri, and the pass is being breaked to stick lift. Inley along the attack. Now this one brings back to O'Connor. Kaprizov on him. He's it over to Comfer. A great stick save by Cahonen.
Cahonen was definitely a deliberation in between the tricks. His time can definitely be the only one that can want to like try to stop and make a great save out of him.
Kulikov shot, scores! And that was Zuccarello putting inside.
That play right down there, it looks like that it was a shot and deflected with the skills thanks to Matt Zuccarello. He has his first goal of the game in Game 3.
The Wilds have made a start here in Game 3. They're now on the board 1-0 over Colorado. Got a good start here for those two teams, and now we need something else to give it another whirl. Now the swing pass is tipped away. Comfer right over to Nugent. Nugent coming in, save up by Cahonen. Minnesota onto the attack. Zuccarello Spurgeon Zuccarello's got his first goal of the game in the playoffs in the second round in the third game. There's still a lot of chance out there that Zuccarello was going to get there right in good toughness to make them pay for it.
Definitely what I call for. The team was definitely just the only opinion of that one. It may be tough for Zuccarello and the team, but those guys can be the only one who wants to try to make them stop for it. The paper on a run may be the only one to try to take them all they have.
But we got a little physical coming up, and they're going to call for it. This fighting is definitely not that good and easy enough to try to stop them slowing down.
You always need something to go right from here. It's not going to be very good for the team to try to stop one if they need something else to try to hit them.
And what a big hit. That was a bolt down there, and he gets a fight winner.
Those teams are definitely in a racing matchups in between 1 and 3rd. We're not even skilled enough here to go right from head-to-head zone. This may be a tough one that can go right from questioning of how can it be tough.
Still lots of time left here as Minnesota Wild still have the lead up here 1-0, and now the play resumes. Burakovsky, saved by Cahonen. That goes off the pad. This one goes up to Foligno. And pass is broken up, can't connect. McKinnon right into the board from the wing. Help to Burakovsky, saved by Cahonen. And this calls offside on Colorado as we have a whistle on play. Still on an early stage here as this one is turning to be a 1-0 game. We're down to the midway period left. Kologowski up to Spurgeon. And this one's starting to ramp up here with some fighting.
This fighting was not going to be like a tough one to try to stop them down. They need something else to try to keep it in range.
Comfer will hold the puck right now, and he'll give everybody a break right after the whistle. A still early staging out there as we're reaching down to mid-period in the first. Now the Wilds go back in position. Kologowski back to Spurgeon. Flings it over to Zuccarello. Kaprizov will have one, but it won't take it off. Hartman out in. Hits a shot, saved by Comfer, and it goes out of traffic, and he doesn't know where the puck was going.
That puck was going to be high on the flex. It may be a tough one to go in by, but that may be all and taken from here like he had it before.
Colorado wins the faceoff, and we ramp things up here to resume the play. And this one round to bangle up here from the board.
This boarding was a lot tricky enough here, and this one may be tough to go for a quick call.
Offside is the call on Minnesota as we have a stoppage in play.
Kaprizov has the tape-to-tape ability to make this one even more pay that he might have it all down. He's good at finding the open mans on this one. This one is a reliefman that he is trying to keep it all in the games in his hand. We're seeing that Kaprizov has got a great feed up in between the last game in the first round. But now for the second one, we might find out who will have it big here on the attack. We'll see if Kaprizov can try to keep it going there, guys. Back to you.
Long pass by Hartman. Gains the zone in the center. Right over to Spurgeon.
Flings it back to Kolakowski. Shoots one. Saved by Kumper. This one whistles in play here, and this one was definitely a big believer that he had. Still lots of time left to play here, and we still got a great average score here that he had it all. This team was like no optioning. Now here's Dumba. Takes a flank, he scores! That's his first goal in the third game. It's now 2-0. What a fire! This firing puck was delivered out here from Matt Dumba. His scoring ability got into a roughness in the play. Fire, fling it, counted it. Wilds have 2-0 right now for Minnesota, and this one regains their group to get back in their game. Here's O'Connor. Swings it up here right to those wings. Saved by Cahonen. He'll try to fling it off to Fiala. Broden up in wing. Flings it off to Foligno. And this one a ramp up here. Godarov going back to Fiala. This one pass is broken up. Oh, this one's not going to be good. They're going to go for it. The fighting is definitely no optioning, and he wants to get things up. That's a tough one, releaseman. That is not going to change. The matching was no even adoption, and they need something else to try to keep in mind to try to make them pay for. And that will do. Closes down and Foligno. 2 fighting wins for the Minnesota, and both players went down. So now the 2 players are in the penalty box for that one. This was the toughest making decision out there. Their toes in the other game. It's true. Most of the time, it's a very tough one to get inbound and try to make them pay for it. Now they are going to need to try to recover their heel, and one player has to go back on ice to give a regaining group under control. Broden finds over to Dumba. Stick lifted by Burakovsky. Lukashkin up here, saved by Cahonen, and will hold the puck here for the whistle. Still much time left here. A lot of face-off wins in between Colorado and Minnesota. This one could be the lead. Now Minnesota has 1 face-off win in the lead. Dumba across. Burakovsky takes a steal. Up to McKinnon. In along the board, McKinnon flings it up. Saved by Cahonen. Oh, he just did it again. What a stop made. That was a tough one in the bounding of that one. Cahonen was delivering up with a deliberation in between. That may be the hard one to put him at risk. Johnson outside, blocked up by Godarov. He fires across. That will hold a clear path of ice. That beats the icing for 3 in a row for the Wilds. Hartman along over the board. No pick-up play for here. Now firing across the upper way is Bergeron. Upper to Zuccarello. Burakovsky with the steal. Makar up. And that glove saved by Cahonen. He will get a whistle in play here under 5 minutes. Still a lot of playing out action here. This one's a tough one that reaches up here for 2-0 in the lead here. May need something to go big here to go with their attack. Wow, what a stick saving out that point for Cahonen. Emily across the middle. That one's kicked it off and stopped by the goaltender. Copper around it, and now a bad pass here for Colorado. This one changes to Zuccarello. And he gets knocked down. And boy, that was a very hard and disbelieving out there. Sometimes you gotta try to focus it on the player. You gotta go hard. Nula block shot in front. Kaprizov up to Zuccarello. Minnesota weakening the attack. Weaking up and through with the physical out there. We got players bumping down. The Avs work their way back in the offensive zone. Glove save by Cahonen. This will get a whistle stop in play. As right now, this is only 3:23 left to go. Early stages at that point, a lot of time on attacks in between those 2. It's tough one to try to make them pay for. It's tough to be their hero. They're not really going to be too hard to get even competitive. But that may be all it's taken on for one of the guys on the couple on that one. Stop and go and look. Saved by Cajones and goes right for the net. Boldy gains across here in the offensive zone for no board. Gets tripped up. McCarr reaches up at the other end. Flings off to Landeskog. The Avs work their way in the offensive zone. Gaining in the middle. Stopped by Cajones and the goaltender. This one's a tough one inbounding in between. That may be enough to try to go with the flow. Landeskog back over to McCarr. Flings off to Johnson. Finds over to Nekushkin. Saved by Cajones. Save again. This one holds the puck. Under 2 minutes left here in the first period. This early stage, it keeps it going. And the first period is almost clocking down. It's an 8-7 face-off win. 2-0 in the regulation of the game. Johnson fires across. That stays off by the goaltender. He's over to Eriksson Ek. In the wing now. Eriksson Ek passes off to Brodin. Legs it off to Dumba. Try to hold him on. Dumba across the greenway. He will hold the puck here right over to Foligno. That one will stop. And only 1 minute left to play here in the first period. The puck flyers it across here in the offensive zone. This one dozes up to Dumba. Burakovsky steals it. Saved by Cajones. This one goes back to Jahami. Wilds regain their group. 2-1 and broken up. He gets knocked down. The physical action's about to get on. This one is about to be all fielding. They're just going to try to pick their way up here in the bound. That may be a tough one that they can try to answer it on that one. Fades across. Cumper stop. And that should end up here for the first period. It's 2-0 Wilds. We'll be right back for the second period. Period 2 underway to set things up here as the clean sheet of ice has already been cleared. We're back for you live here at XL Energy Center Arena. Right now the game's under control here. We start now. Kolodowski brings it off to Kaprizov. He up along the board with a 2-on-1. Doesn't have the feet to take the bite out to them. Hartman holds on. Zuccarello right in the wing. Takes it back over to Zerbergian and Kolodowski up. Puts it around the net. Zuccarello back over to Spurgeon with the shot. That gets blocked in heavy traffic. McKinnon fires across from the offensive zone. And they won't pick up that one. Spurgeon lifting it up to Zuccarello. Moves it off to Hartman. In the attacking zone. And McCarr takes it puck away. The Avs take their way down to the offensive zones. This one goes up with a good heavy hit here for the Wilds to pick up their run. This run was like the only stop run that they need something to go right from here. Even at that time, it may be a hard one to go impact. But those other guys can definitely try to take them down like they did before. The reset for here for Kaprizov as the puck was fired and missed off with an open lane. He takes it off and he will be tucked out here by McCarr. Up and over is Toes. Back along across is Nekushkin. Gains some momentum in the wing. He gets a lot of physical and he wants some more moves out there. This tough one goes in. Scores! That's Nekushkin with the goal and they're now on the board. The belief of this one of Nekushkin was going to deliver up from the heavy timing of this one. Most of them, he has an all-in coverage out there that he has bring things back in where they had to belong. But this one was a tough one that they have an all-in counter down, that they have lots of pickup here in play. Now for Nekushkin, they're going to find their teammates to go with an open look and get back to it where they belong. Boldy racing across, 2-on-1. Fiala just couldn't try to hold on. Eriksson resets it up and Dumba gets it off across to Brodin. Brodin back to Dumba. Back to Brodin. Shoots one. That goes off of Kumper. And this one's ramping up to the physical action out there. Landeskog right into the center. Zone entry. Stopped by the goaltender. He just off to Rex. Minnesota in the offensive attacker. Gets it over to Dehemi. Feeds it over to Brodin. Fires across the Dumba. Chase one. Glove saved by Kemper. And will hold the puck here for the clean sheet of ice. Nikushkin was going to bang it up here at that point. Since at that time he was feeling unconscious. It looks like he had to bring things up here for medical attention here. So it looks like this could be it for Game 3 for him. Still a moment of time as we're approaching the mid period here in the second period. It's still a 2-1 game. Morel up in front. That's stopped by the goaltender. Moves it over to Dahami. Quickly over again to Kulikov. Kulikov whistles in. Finds it over to Just. Brings it back over to Kulikov. Up and over to Dahami. Around the net to Rask. Rask is up to Kulikov. And this one is going to be blocked out. Colorado in the attack. He now brings it up here again. Takes a backhand shot. That's off of Cajonen. Comfort with the steal. This one is in. He scores to tie the game. Comfort was definitely in pursuit. The business was all that happened to be here for this player of this game. So far, he was reaching here for his own timing. The man of himself has it all covered out there. He had his own feed, gives him the feedback to give him another looking credit of his run. Now by that time, he has gotten his goal, and now they're up here to try to do things again. Kulikov up to the board by Kaprizov. Moves it back over to Hartman. Morel will hold on to the puck here with the puck and losing out of play. Zuccarello back in the offender. Moves back over to Spurgeon with the puck and lifted out on the board. Now he swings over to Kaprizov. Moves over to Hartman. In the center, backhand shot will be lifted away. Feeds off to Spurgeon. Lifts it in front. That's stopped by Kumper. Kumper was definitely going to be all alone out there. Now for that team, it really pays it off. New look in the other end. This one moves over to Golikovsky and back over to Zuccarello. Zuccarello right over to Kaprizov. In the attack on the wing. Feeds across to Golikovsky. Moves it quickly over to Spurgeon. Shoots one. Saved made by Kemper. Put in a little board of physical motion, and now it's Burkhardt back to McKinnon. Moves it over the toes. Rantanen in the entering from the blue line. Now swings off to Zuccarello. Zuccarello right over to Eriksson Ek, holding the puck in between. Finds it over to Goodrowski, and we got a one-on-one. And the attack coming in. Golikovsky takes the puck away. Spurgeon is off to Eriksson Ek. Had to hold on with it, but couldn't help it save it. Eriksson Ek recovers the puck. Minnesota in the attack. Covers off inside. That gets caught up by McCarr. Here they come. In the center. Shoots and he scores. That's a lead off for Colorado. Still lots of time left here as Colorado takes their lead in 3-2 in the second period of the third game. This one was a reach out because McCarr was definitely going to try to take it down and with the beating up the attacker. Now for that time, they need something else to try to stop their run. Their pressure is giving them hard and trouble. Feeds it off. That's broken up here by Nikushkin. I'm sorry, I don't know the name, but he's already down. Rask holds on to the puck. Swings it over. And that's taken over by Landeskog. Swings it up over to Kadri. Kadri in the middle. All along the boards. Broden holds on. Dumba across. And Broden will hold on to the puck. Now Dahemi in the attacking zone. Fires the puck. That one gets broken up. Long dive pass and wow. Hello there. That was a big one here. Hello and good night. They have it all in down. They've got something else to go for. Shoots one. Blocked in front here by the player. Avi Kubo up in the racing attack. He shoots one, fires it off target. Baldy up in front, finds over to Eriksson Ek. That whistles offside of play. And we got a stoppage. We're under mid-period. Those teams are hard in passing and effectiveness. This one's too much for the Wilds to keep their pressure here alive. But this one, all he has to turn out for Gabazov with the shot. But he didn't have it all counted out there. This one's very tough. I know we got a lot of stoppage in play. Their run is not an option. They need something else to go right from the heavy to heavy tape. Fires across in the offensive zone. Now fling the back around the board to Hartman. Long deep pass. Gets broken up by Johnson. Avi Kubo in the wing. He's off to Garan. Up with the shot. Saved by Cahonen. This one goes back to Kulikov. Racing in the attack is the Wilds. Back the pass by Kulikowski. Shoots one. And it's broken here with a save by Kulikov to Kumper. Garan. Watching the man here. Back to Hartman. Shooting around. And the no saving off with that one. It's Kumper makes a huge stop. Spurgeon will hold on to the puck here as the Mans will have to try to back him up here for the offensive zone. Burakovsky with a steal. Johnson in the attack. He moves over and Hartman gets broken up. Hartman along again. Strum with the steal. Sturm in the attacking zone. Moves it over to Garan and a save. He scores! Garan has got his goal. It's now a 4-2 lead. I'm telling you this one here, that Sturm was going to get that pass, and now with their extension, it's getting up too quick out there. They need something else to try to stop them and slow things down on the board and try to get rid of the puck. This all happens to be one timer enough. McKinnon, save off again by Cahonen. Rask in the attack. Moves it around the man. Moves it over to Spurgeon. Back to Kulikowski. Oh, he misfires across. This one has to go back to reset them off. This one's not a good chance out there. This was a bad luck and experience. They need to hold on with their puck or else they're going to get losing control out there. They're going to have a hard time to breathe. Across the board, it's Jost with the steal. Rask inside. This one broken up by Rantanen. Rantanen moves over to McKinnon. The Avs take it away back to the offensive zone. Ice it off to Burakovsky. Face one. Shapes it and saved by Cahonen again. Face it off to Rask. Rask in the attack. Shoots one. Saved by Kumper. Just recoups their zone. Landeskog with the steal. Kumper takes it away. Racing in the offensive zone. Shoots. Saved by Cahonen. Dumba will hold it across. Just with the takeaway. Holds the puck here in the middle. This one gets caught up. And the board starting to ramp it up now. Dumba right outside. Moves inside. Boldy up. And no block here in the middle. This one's off into heavy traffic. This one can be tough. Not going to be heavy enough to get right by him. We approach down to the last minute left here. And a great save by the goaltender. Moves over to Greenway. Feeds it up. Greenway without in controlling range. Kumper with the steal. Muriel watching him attack. Greenway looking for a way to try to stop them. Makar up in front. Having over to Kadri. Kulikov with the take a poke check. Holds in front. Save up again. Eriksson Ek. And he'll fish off the fire across from the other side. That ends up for the second period. The extension for Avalanche has picked up 4-2. Third period coming up next. A fantastic play here for the clash in between the Avalanche and the Wilds as we're approaching down to the third period to start. The puck is dropped and back along with me, to me phone and paintbrush. So glad that you could join us here to start for the third period. Burakovsky with the steal. This one inside, saved off again by Cahonen. This one's not going to be a tough one if you're going to try to make the save out there. You need something on your own to give that one a good feed. Hartman, Zuccarello holds on to the puck. And as misfires across, Golakowski will hold on to the puck. Leads it off to Spurgeon. This one holds up for offside as McKinnon will try to hold up their way. In the attack, McKinnon. From the board, little Lishkov and Hartman will take it away. McKinnon up here front, that goes shot wide. McCarr right from the outside of a neutral zone. He leash off the toes, brings it off to Barakovsky. Up in the attack, save off again by the goaltender. Boldy up to Hartman. Up over to Spurgeon, that gets broken up by McKinnon. Barakovsky gets a puck, moves over to McCarr. Feeds along the board. And the attacker, McKinnon, way to save here on the goaltender. This one's not even a question about that one. This may be tough to try to stave them and stop them down and try to pick up their run. Arsenek backed it over to Dumba. Dumba. Golakowski shoots, shot blocked. Kaprizov. Oh, Arsenek would have had one. Backer releases. Kaprizov save off traffic in front. Not going to be a good timing to give this thing a credit. Colorado in the Avalanche zone. Cover up. McCarr shoots. Blocked up in front by McCarr. Clearing the ice down in zone. This one, Boldy will try to hold up on toes. This one reaches up to Kadri. Over to Landeskog. Taking a little poke check here. This one's all alone. And he has knocked out with the goalie's net. And this one will hold and stop the whistle with 15:38 to go. Lots of heavy aggressive out there. The Wilds are trying to get back in the action here and get on the board. They might go for it. Play resumes as it's now 15:34 remaining. Face off over to Jost. Feeds it over to Dunny. And there's no looking arrangement but an open pass slip. Up to McCarr. Feeds it along here to fire across the offensive zone. And he gets knocked down, a little physical out there. This is not going to tough one things in. There was too much here to go with the offending boards. And this one may be a tough one to go right by him. Dumney up to Broden. Shoots, fires, and he's saved off by Kemper. This one up back to Landeskog. He feeds it off to McCarr. Back to Dumney. The Hyman right into the zone. This is off the wing, and this one is broken it up again. Landeskog right back in his zone. Speeding through the offensive zone. Reach up to Kadri. Fish, and McCahoning holds the puck down. Up to Host. Minnesota in the attack. Bad pass connection. Pieces across the helm. Colorado in the offensive going back for another one. Now this won't be Wild's turn. Clear the puck down in the end. And we got an icing going on for Minnesota. Still lots of players going into hydration. Avalanche has picked up 4-2 in the game here in the third game. This might be the next one to go for 3-0. The tough ones inbound. This may be a very difficult situation that could get into a hot target run and try to work their way on the board. Here comes the 2-on-1. Demi! Oh, and the puck was ejected. And that's Avi Kubel. Fires across from the zone outside the entry. He's off to Rask. Rask rolls it up across. He fires it on across. That holds the icing with only 11:48 to go. Minnesota wins the face-off, and this one goes back to resume the play. Oh, this one's not going to be good enough. This one's very tough and bound in the range out there. They got something else to go right from the attacker and a wing. They need to stop and slow them down. Saved by Gahoning. Puck battling along the board. The Wilds have their own offensive strategy back into the offensive zone. Foligno puck up. Rask in the side. Shoots one. Fires and save up by Kemper. One-on-one attack from McKinnon. Trying to hold up on the ankle breaking, but it won't be enough in time. Spurgeon racing towards the end. Spurgeon can't find a man advantage. Faces it off to Burakovsky. Colorado in the offensive zone. Getting a little bad breaking down. Joe Rod up to Burakovsky. Gets whipped away. Broden will clear the puck down. Now for Johnson. Holds up the Comfort. Holds along the board and puck firing across. This one was carried out of nowhere. Eriksson Ek holding the puck in front. Spurgeon racing towards. Greenway will hold the puck here to try to leave it off the mark. Zuccarello outside from the wing. Dish off the backhand. Shoots and gets targeted up here with heavy traffic. And he tapped. McKinnon! Saved by Cahonen. This one goes heavy, blocked up in front. Now it goes back over again. Greenway right to Broden. Now for Hartman. Shoots one. Saved by Kilper, and he holds the puck in front. That's a tough one to make the save out there. They really need showing things off. Looks like Colorado is trying to bang them out across and try to work their way around and go with a heavy attack. Any attack. Offside is the call by Minnesota. The heavy hitter in between the two. Colorado still has the lead up by 2. Now Colorado hits the win. Hits it up back to McCarr, backing over. Feeds it up across front along the board. Spurgeon right over to Hartman. Any attack, racing inside. He's up to Zuccarello. Shot went off, blocked. Toes right in front. Back to Landeskog. Moves it back over to Kaprizov. Shoots one. Saved by Kemper. Now backing over again. Reach off to McCarr. Now regroups in offensive zone. Takes the puck away. This one racing in the attack. High-man rush. Here we go. Oh, he just couldn't stop one. Oh, no. Wow. The top one has been inbound. It was too close to call. He was going too close to the goalie. That could have been knocking down, and that would have been a bad idea for the Wilds to take them down. Minnesota wins the faceoff. Goligoski shoots. Fires across with the glove, saved by Kemper. Still a lot of action out there in between the two. It may be a very tough one to go inbounding, but there might be a lot of hard working in between the two. Colorado wins it, and it goes back to work. Avalanche fires across from the zone, and now we'll get a whistle out of play. And we have an answered call with Paintbrush. McCarr has the elite edges to try to work this on its attack. Most of the time, he wants to take the edge off here and go right from the attacker all of his own. They need something else to try to keep his eyes on the momentum. But for McCarr on his own time, he has it all in control. We'll see how well McCarr does. Guys, back to you. Spurgeon lifting outside. He fires across in from the offensive zone board. Feed off to Fiala. Backing over to Spurgeon. Shoots! Saved by Kemper. That one holds the puck here with just 4:34 to go. Still lots of time left to go here. Only 4:34 left to go in the third period. Colorado wins it. McCarr up in front. Feeds it over to Abi Kubel. Racing into zone. Glove saved by Cahonen. This one goes back over to Broden. Greenway up in the wing. Fights over to Eriksson Ek. Back over to Greenway. Moves over to Broden. Open feed from Dumba. Fires one, saves off a cross from Kuemper. Broden with the wing, shoots one, and that goes off in target range. This target was going to be a very tough one to try to keep it out. They need something else to go right for the feed. Foligno up battling along the board. Open man to Broden. Shoots one, Greenway blocked. Eriksson Ek holds the puck and cross. Broden shoots, save. Wow, the stopping of this one was given to them all the time. The pressure was on Kuemper, and the Avalanche wants to dig up snow here for the Bear. This one was a very tough one in bounding. I don't believe that this was going to happen like this one before. But it turns out it was tough believable to make that save play. Minnesota in the attack. Greenway spin move control. Ballot connect. This one pucks away by Zuccarello, but holds on the puck from McCarr. Rantanen inside. Saves one wide awake. Kaprizov right in his wing. Kaprizov wins it. Goes inside. Saved by Kuemper. And there's only one more minute to go here in the third period. The time is running out. Yeah, this is not going to be that well enough to go with that play. Inbounding is the only key to make that one succeed. This one holds the puck, and we got a whistle here. Only 46.8 to go. The team of this one goes to Paintbrush. McKinnon with the ankle breaking has always received him with the only man pressure. He was whipping it off too hard and may have an all-down advantage out there. This team was delivering up a huge successful run. I'll be watching it aside for McKinnon for Game 4 when we come back, but this might be the only one timing ahead. Guys, back to you. McKinnon takes the puck away. Speeding inside the offensive zone. Fades off Fiala with a stop. Eriksson Ek moves it across inside. Fires one, saved by Kuemper with the glove. This one holds the puck with 16 seconds to go. What a tough one. This matchup was going to deliver up for a hard pressure, but it's almost out of time. This one's going to be a tough deliberation. Colorado goes back to work. Moves it off to Kadri. 10 seconds left to play in the third period. Landeskog inside, Kuemper outside. Pays it off, and that will end the third game. Avalanche takes the extension lead here, 3-0 over the Wilds. This tough play was going to be a disaster run here. All that time was deliberating an off moment to play. So that ends up for the game. Now we head you back to Centerpiece for the closing of the postgame show. I'm your host, Test Tube and Meatbone, along with Paintbrush. This has been a presentation of the Western Conference Semifinals. Get home safe, folks. Alright guys, thank you very much. A crushing score here. 3 streaks in a row for Avalanche. They picked up 4-2 with an astounding run. They have gotten a beat. And the next one could be it for them. Now for the 3-star players of the game. Let's go to number 3, Nichushkin with 1 goal and 3 hits. Even though Nichushkin has already gotten injured here, he had it all down and board, had it all in front. Now for number 2, we have is Matt Dumba, 1 goal and 3 hits. Really does turn out to be just like he did here before, but nothing has always happened. A tough one turns out to be a hard impact. And for number 1, it was Kuemper. 29 saves, .935 percentage of his own save. He is stopping things run here in Game 3. This could be a blowout here in the semifinals for this one. Well, we may have to figure out for the next one in between. So tomorrow, 2 games will be happening here for Florida Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs at Scotiabank Arena, along with the Canadian team matchup of Flames and Oilers at Rogers Place. So I'd like to thank you all for watching, and make sure to subscribe to my channel, because if you don't, somebody will. Thank you all for tuning us in. Until next time, peace out everyone for a while as the NHL 22 of the Stanley Cup Playoffs dial. That's it for me. I'm out of here. Good night, folks.